All right, let's move on. AFC South. Jacksonville Jaguars. It's still in rebuild. Let's not even waste too much time here. Where are you on Mr. Lawrence these days?
I think he's gonna be really, really good. And I
agree with that.
I
hate that because I fucking hate Clemson.
I know.
I agree with you.
It's
entirely.
forever fuck Dabo. Forever fuck Dabo.
Forever.
Yeah. No.
That whole school, bro. Just anyway, sorry.
I love that tweet where it was like, if I was in a room with Dabo and Hitler and I had 2 guns and 2 bullets in my gun, I'd shoot Dabo twice.
I just hate that motherfucker, bro.
Twice.
I hate him so much.
He's not a good person. The fact that parents are okay with letting their kids go and be coached under him.
It's the fat ass fucking bags of money they drop at their doorstep.
Regardless. Anyways, we don't have to talk about him.
Sorry.
It's fucked up with Sweeney.
Yeah. I'm huge on Doug
Apologies to
Pederson.
any Clemson fans watching.
No, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Doug Pederson. I'm a huge fan of him.
Really like Doug Pederson, Super Bowl winning coach. Any coach who can win any coach who can win a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, I think you can probably coach a little bit of football.
Yeah.
I think just going from urban to him is going to be a massive step up.
Not a huge urban guy, anyways. Outside of college,
not just schematically, just in maturity, just in off the field shit. The less things that you're gonna have to deal with. The less questions that you're going to have to ask or that you're going to have to answer regarding your head coach. I think a lot of that's going to go in their way. Christian Kirk, stupid bag. That being said, I think he is a good player. I think that they overpaid for him, but I don't think
$72 million.
It's a lot of money. I think they overpaid a good player. I don't think they overpaid a bad player. And I think that's where the conversation with him has kind of gotten mixed up because people saw that number and they were like, "Oh my God, he's horrible." He's not bad.
He also kind of grew into this contract from D-Hop missing a large portion of the year, and he just became that guy, that go-to guy for Kyler.
And we also just had an inflated receiver market, which, to be fair, probably started with him. So,
boy, did we, bro.
Yeah, probably started with him. So,
which is crazy. Yeah. We just sort of hit the reset button on the entire market, which we could talk about now or later. But the entire just money, the size of these contracts are. What would you say? The next 10 years we're getting a Billy? What do you think?
I don't think the NFL does. I think the NBA does that. I don't know if the NFL hits a Billy within 10 years. I think the NBA.
You don't see like a Mahomes-esque, like huge, long, tenured contract hits $1 billion.
The thing is, his is 10 years, $500 million. I don't think anyone signs
but that was what? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
2 years ago. 2 3 years ago. 2021? Or was it 2020? It was like 1920. Something like that. I don't know.
You don't see that in the next 10 years? All things considered,
$1 billion NFL contract, I don't know. I don't. I think we could have it in the NBA just because the CBA is going to be so high. We're gonna have. I don't know, bro. We're gonna have like 10th men making $35 million in the NBA in, I think, 10, 15 years.
In a sense, I see where you're coming from because who the fuck wants to commit $1 billion to a guy, right? Now, but the Mahomes thing is warranted in a sense, right? But like, who else across the league now?
I just think to go from 10 years, $500 million to $1 billion. I think that's too big of a step in only 10 years. Do I think that it'll happen in our lifetimes? 100%. I have no doubt about that. 10 years, I think, is a little soon.
But I see an $800 deal with an MLB deal within the next 4 to 5 years.
Maybe. Hey,
we're already touching half.
If Aaron Judge was 3 years younger, he could have potentially been the first one.
Nah. As a Yankee fan, I'm not committing that much money to him.
I'm not saying you are.
After the Garrett Cole thing, I'm
not saying you are. I'm saying
for sure. Interesting.
Dodgers might throw back.
Just real quick before we move on from Jacksonville, guess who their tight end is?
Tim Tebow.
No, this isn't an urban-led spoon-fed Tebow type situation. Sir drops a lot from the Giants.
Evan Ingram, yes, I did know that. Yeah.
Listen,
is he starting?
He's
tight end one.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? I was a huge.
He made the Pro Bowl last year, didn't he?
No.
Or the year before that?
It was a couple years ago, but
was it? Yeah.
It still sort of drops a lot, right? I'm just not high on him anymore. But anyways, let's move on because I can't even talk about
any
that.
Laviska Shenault hype? No. Any Marvin Jones? No Marvin Jones love? No. Okay. Anyway.
Let's just be honest.
I tried.
Let's be realistic. Let's not waste our time on the team that
I do want to quickly say I love Etienne, their running back. Love Etienne. I think he's great.
He's another Clemson guy. Can't do it.
Love Etienne.
Let's move on. We'll save the Titans for last because we can do probably the most shit talking because I hate Ryan Tannehill. But Indianapolis Colts had a really interesting offseason.
My prediction to win this division, this year at the Colts. I think they're a team that every year I just feel bad for, because I feel like they're such a well-run organization. They have one of the best owners in all of sports.
Losing to Jacksonville like that last year was like getting your heart ripped out of your chest. You had to beat the worst team in the league
just to make the playoffs, and couldn't do it.
Shit the bed.
That being said, Carson Wentz was a bottom 5-7 quarterback in football. That's probably putting it generously last year.
How do you sprain both ankles on one play? Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's just no way. There's no way,
yeah,
bro.
it's rough.
Well, listen, the Matt Ryan era is here, and I think that was a huge upgrade at quarterback. And that's huge. You have a guy who's kind of been there, done that to an extent, right? And he's just a guy, he's all about it. He's going to show up to work, and that's fucking it. I'm a huge Matt Ryan guy.
I'm a big Ryan guy too. I think this is the team that wins this division this year. I think still a strong offensive line, still have the best guard in football in Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
Strong defense. Shout out to, it's no longer Darius Leonard. He changed his first. Shaquille Leonard. Yes. Shout out to Shaquille Leonard. I always love it when guys try to take ownership of their names. The Ravens have a player too, Odafe Owe, who was Jason Owe, because he didn't think in college people could pronounce Odafe, but once he got drafted, he was like, you know what? No, you're calling me Odafe. My name is Odafe. I love when guys actually, own their names.
You make Joe Buck say your fucking name,
right?
And that's it.
Yeah, make him say your name. That's
he earns a lot of money.
Like your name is, if your name is Shaquille, if you want to be referred to as Shaquille, you're Shaquille. You know what I mean? So I love when people take ownership of their names like that. So
I'm glad you said that, because I'm big on that too.
But yeah, my division winners this year for sure.
Jonathan Taylor, top 3 running back in the league.
Yeah, first number 1 fantasy guy for a lot of guys. I feel like I'm talking a lot of. I just had my draft like 2 weeks ago. That's why it's kind of still fresh in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 1 fantasy guy in Jonathan Taylor, probably prime for yet another really good year. Gonna have an actual quarterback now behind the sticks, so that's good for him.
Yeah, you have to run the ball 50 times
I'm
a game.
also very, very high on Michael Pittman as well. I think he's a really good receiver. I think that. Love his TikToks also, and his wife's TikToks. They're both very funny. So shout out to them.
That's funny. I don't think it's a hot take to say that the Colts are going to win that division. However, I think the Titans still have the edge.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to move on to the Titans then?
Yeah.
All right.
You have the best running back in the league.
I don't agree.
I don't know, dude.
Coming off this last injury, the amount of miles he's put in his body.
500 pounds.
I know. If
human can tackle that, man.
If I'm doing a running back draft, he's not one of the first 3 guys I'm drafting.
Well,
personally speaking.
Well, that's why you're here and you're not there. No, I'm just kidding. But no, realistically,
you're not wrong, to be fair.
Robert Woods. That's huge.
Good. Coming off an ACL, but yes,
and,
it is a big addition.
Yeah, that is a good point. Losing Julio, although I was never high on Julio being there anyways.
Julio was never there.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
The main loss is the man went to Philadelphia. Their actual wide receiver won. I'm stalling because once again I'm forgetting his name. AJ Brown. There we go.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do. And when you forget his name, you kind of got to set it up a little bit.
I'm also just
that's the real loss for them. That's the main loss for them. That's gonna hurt.
Ryan Tannehill just seems to turn into like God at quarterback when it matters, and there's just something about
I have a very high respect for quarterbacks who just know how to not get in the way. Eli Manning was very good at this in his prime. Hey man, Joe Flacco was very good at this in his prime. You're complimenting him,
but you're also not.
No, but I think
2 rings.
But again,
elite.
A big reason for why he was able to be successful.
Yeah.
Again, quarterbacks who know.
I agree with you.
If you understand your limits in the limits that you have in your talent, things that you can and can't do. I have a really high appreciation for quarterbacks that just don't get in the way, just don't consistently put their teams in positions to lose. You're not maybe not necessarily
that a lot too, though. Eli,
I think later on in his career, he had definitely the turnover ratio. Same with Flacco career. Too.
No, he was an up and down quarterback his entire career.
He had some low turnover seasons though.
Yeah, the years he won a ring.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He won a ring. Like, I don't understand.
When he had Brandon Jacobs and Amon Bradshaw.
Ryan Tannehill's made 1 championship game. Or you know what I mean? Like,
I hear you.
Eli's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Like, we're not. We're talking about something else here.
So should we even? Wait, actually, fuck you for that. should we even waste our time with the Texans? Like, realistically,
I don't think they're going to be as bad as people seem to. I don't think they're going to be this 3-2-win team that people think they're going to be. I
disagree.
I think this whole division is going to be pretty mid. I think this whole division is going to be 5 to 7 wins all around. Maybe the Colts get 9 or 10. I think that's kind of how this is going to play out.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But the thing is, I kind of like Davis Mills. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I really don't. I know that people make fun of his long neck. I don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's that. I really don't. I really don't think he's that bad of a guy. So again, I'm not predicting them to win 10 games unless they're going to make the playoffs. But I don't think they're going to be some 2-15 team that everyone's predicting. So
I disagree. I have them at about 2-15, and I have them at the very fucking bottom of the AFC. Real quick, I have Titans, Colts, Jags, Texans. I know that yours differs a little bit.
Colts.
Which I kind of want to eat those words now because now I'm like,
fuck it.
I like talk myself out of this.
I'm going
Titans
Colts,
thing.
Jags, Titans, Texans.
Yeah, now you're smoking fucking dope.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Not high on the Titans at all. I just don't see it. I just don't see it with the Titans.
I just don't think a 12-win team
Malik Willis is going to be the starter by week 14. I'm telling you. $10. I'll give you $10 right now.
That's really funny.
$10 bet.
I'm not even going to take that bet because I kind of want it to happen. Okay, like low-key want it to happen.
By like week 13, 14, Malik Willis is going to be their starter.
For myself and have to pay you. You know?